Hi, I'm Tanya Chin. My business is Zinnia Designs, Custom Ceramics, and my studio is located here in Needham. I have a BFA in ceramics from Mass Art. When I graduated, I started a career in marketing, which led to 9 years of really not doing ceramics. At a certain point, I was just itching to get back into it. And when we bought the house, one of the things when we had to do an electrical upgrade, I said, we're putting in a line for a kiln. Then friends started having babies, so I did imprints. And then another friend saw it, and I did their imprints. And then it just sort of kept going from there. I was also doing paw prints, and I had a piece of clay left over. I had rubber stamps. I don't know what made me do it, but I just stamped it, and I sort of formed the dish. And people would see, and they're like, oh, that's so cute. And then I said, maybe I should make some more. And at that time, a coworker from the West Coast said, do you know about Etsy? And I said, no, what is this? So I started an online shop with Etsy back in 2008, and it sort of just grew from there. I love that I can take a big bag of clay here in my little basement, can turn this into dishes, plaques that is important in someone's life. It's a birth, it's a baptism, it's a special anniversary, a special 50th birthday, whatever it might be. I hand form each piece, I stamp each little letter, number, design, really create a one-of-a-kind custom piece that is typically going to be very meaningful for the client. So I use a low-fire white clay, and I cut it, I put it in my slab roller. It needs to be a uniform thickness, and then I use cookie cutters. I cut it, and then it has to dry. Then I smooth the edges, then I turn up the edges, and I make each one by hand. I use stamps, just rubber stamps, so I have all sorts of letters, numbers, and I have hundreds of different designs. I press those into the clay, and then they go to the drying rack. They have to dry. Once they're dry, I then put them in my kiln. It's about the size of like a washing machine. The first firing is about 12 hours, and it goes up to 2,000 degrees. And then they come out, I glaze them, everything gets colored. I have 30 different colors that people can choose from. And then it goes back in the kiln for like another 6 hours, and then the piece is done. With the hand and foot impressions, I physically need the child's hand or foot, so they tend to be local. Again, I roll out a slab of clay, make everything nice and smooth. I press the child's hand and or foot into the clay, and I can do one handprint that we turn into an ornament. I can do, a hand and a foot starting at about 6 weeks, 4 to 6 weeks. It's depending on how tight their fist is. So all babies are like this, so I need to pry that open. I have a wide range of price points for the imprints. I do individual children, but then I can do a whole family. And I've done dog paws, and I also do a lot of custom work. I recently just had a client with a family crest. And as long as the image is, suitable to be turned into a stamp, I have someone that I work with, and so I send her the file. When I ship the dish out, I include the stamp. They can use it for, whatever they might want to use it for. When the pandemic started, impressions stopped because they physically need to come to me with the baby. I'm right there next to them, doing the imprint. I did have a customer who wanted to do thumbprints for her 3 children on a dish. And so I said, we can set it at the table outside. I could give you the clay, and you can take it home and do it yourself if you would like. And she said, yeah, I'm willing to try that. I used my daughter, and I created a video for her, a sort of how-to video. I rolled out all the clay, and I have these boxes because I do off-site events, so I'm used to transporting slabs of clay. So I did them all up, and she came and picked it up, and off she went. I wasn't quite sure what was gonna come back, but she actually did a great job. I'm able to go in after the fact and remove smudges and things of that nature. Took them through the rest of the process of putting all the names on it, obviously glazing it, firing it. I have a location here where I put orders, and she was able to come back and just pick them up. So totally contactless. And in terms of trinket dishes, that really hasn't changed. I feel like my summer was a little bit busier because people weren't going into stores. So they wanted a special gift. They were able to just go online, place their order, and I give a discount to those that want to do a studio pickup. So they get to save some money. I don't have to go to the post office. It's sort of a win-win for everybody. I put it in the bin. It's weather tight. Stop by at your convenience. Everybody loves that. We don't have to make an appointment or anything. I love Medfield, and I had heard about the holiday stroll, and I said, oh, I gotta check this out. And so I applied, and I got in, and I was in the church, and that's where they were doing carolers. I don't know if the carolers go to other locations, but they were definitely there, and they were right in front of my table, and it was just like, I had been transported into, Christmas. My ornaments were, a big hit. Obviously being, new to, the craft fair, everybody likes to see new things. So it was a very successful night. My website is zinniadesigns.com, but there is a hyphen in there. So it's zinnia-designs.com. There's online ordering there. Also links to Instagram, I'm on Facebook. I love interacting with customers on there, asking for special requests. I love it when people reach out and they have a new idea. It gives me something new to work on.